to rewatch it. But welcome to the channel. Y'all see I got a guest. Welcome to Jay's Life Out Loud, a channel about nothing, but it's about something. You want to tell the folks your name and something about you?
Okay. My name is Titus Busbee. I'm from a little town in Alabama called Florence. Yeah, man. I've been going back and forth to Ghana since 2017, and along with my twin brother, we acquired land and citizenship, and we're going into business and just gonna set up life in Ghana, West Africa.
Okay. So you said you started going to Ghana when?
2017, right when
What?
Trump's inauguration was on the 17th. We left on the 20th.
Okay. So what drew you to Ghana?
Um, at first it was Nigerian when I first was planning on going to Ghana. I mean to Africa. And then a guy on Facebook had reached out to me, and he was a Santi brother from Kumasi, and he just started chatting me in the inbox, and he started putting me on different things. I knew about Kwame Nkrumah, but he told me a lot more about Kwame Nkrumah, and I got the book, and that was like uh, January 2016. By the end of the year, we was buying that ticket, headed to Ghana.
Mm. So you had basically fell in love with Ghana before you even saw Ghana.
Yeah. The whole year 2016, it was focused on Ghana instead of Nigeria. I had tried to get into a grad school program in Nigeria, and it just nothing was working out. And then when dudes started hitting me up, and I started reading more about, Pan Africanism from the continent aspect, because that's what Nkrumah did. He came to the States and learned, and then went back and took the show on the road and really set up Africa to be Pan African. So
Okay.
what he done was a major reason why we ended up going to Ghana.
Okay. So once you made it to the continent
Mm-hmm.
and you in Ghana, what was your first? What was on you and your brother's mind? Like, what was your? Because I saw videos of y'all some years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
but I never got the backstory. What was it like when y'all first landed?
When we first landed, it was a 3 week trip. You know what I mean? But my brother had took all of his music equipment, and we was just out there creating and just feeling free. And I went with it was 5 other brothers too, so it was just a group of men. You know, we enjoyed ourselves, man. 3 weeks, we jumped all over Ghana. We went to Takoradi, Cape Coast, Kumasi, back to Accra. Um, and we was just living it up, and then it was just like, yo, this is real freedom. So from that moment, it was like, let's prepare to live here. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Is looking back on it, the 8 years, but it was instant. It was instant, the decision to go ahead and make and at the bare minimum retirement. You know what I mean?
Right.
Uh, that was definitely upon the first vacation to Ghana. Um, yeah, and
How
then
long did y'all stay?
we stayed 3 weeks, and then I came right back 6 months later. So
Okay.
I
Now,
didn't.
now, now, I'm gonna hold you up a little bit because most people don't know this. You know, you get a it's almost like a person on drugs or on liquor or whatever. When you leave the continent that first time and you came back home, how was you feeling them first 2 weeks?
Oh man, oh man, I changed everything. All my social media was Ghana. Everything. Uh, I went on the largest campaign to just pump Ghana. Those 6 weeks. I went to my job and I let them know I'm only gonna be here for 6 more months. You know what I'm saying? I let them know what the deal
uh,
was. So
Ghana had you.
Yeah, it was a done deal. So yeah, everything was pretty much fine. And then two of the brothers that went on the vacation with us, they was also coming back to stay. You know what I'm saying? So we end up staying in 2017 and 2018. The total amount of months was like 16 months. So
Mm.
all of us was just seeing what kind of businesses, um, what all we could do together at that point. You know what I'm saying?
And this was 2000 and
17 and 18.
what was the dollar to the CD looking like back then?
Man, it was low. It was like $6. I mean,
Oh wow,
six CDs to $1. So it was low. We was
wow.
we
So
was
us complaining about the $10 to a dollar. That ain't
that went Jack, and it was going up and down. I remember at one point it was 450, and you know what I'm saying. It was just going up and down like crazy, crazy when we first went. Yeah, like even this 10, I can deal with the 10 because we went through crazy time.
right.
6, 7, you know what I'm saying? That junk, it was bad.
So once you did, what was you say, 16 weeks,
No, we did 16 months. It was like a year and a
16
half.
months? Wow.
Yeah. And
So how was that?
it was good. We had two brothers, they stayed in an apartment, and then me and my twin, we just went around trying to find farmland, you know what I'm saying? We knew we wasn't gonna be able to stay in the city. So we went up to Bronga, Hafo, Contampo, uh, Techiman, Sunyani, came back down through Kumasi. We was just looking for farmland. The other brothers we was with, they was more, um, I would say they was looking for a business like brick and mortar,
Okay.
some they storefront they can sell products out of, and me and my brother, we wasn't on that.
So we are in a group together about going into business and this and that. And tell the folks a little bit about the business that you and your brother are in.
Okay, yeah, we're doing organic fertilizer. So as we was beginning to farm, we was noticing a lot of the leafy greens wasn't taken in the soil that they had. The climate and everything was cool. It just wasn't the soil wasn't taken. So we ended up treating the soil, and it took about, I'd say, like a year and a half, just working with different ad mixtures and trying to get the NPK to the right tweak to grow kale and lettuce and cabbage and stuff without uh some sort of shade or greenhouse stuff, because we was trying to do just something that we can eat, not necessarily take to market, because during
Okay.
COVID and all that stuff, it was just like we needed food just for us. You know what I mean?
So even listening to you, I know farming in Ghana that I know. I'm not, an expert at it by far, but I don't know. I only know one other person because I'm assuming you had the dirt tested.
Yeah, I had a few different types.
So I only know one person that I personally know that had he planted some stuff on my land and he had the dirt tested, which I thought was like beyond the Call of Duty. Like I couldn't believe to him it was something small, but to get into dirt, you really have to understand. Tell them how important it is to test the dirt that you plan on planting in.
It's very important. It's like depending on what crops you got to make sure you get enough nutrients. Make sure that dirt can hold enough water. Because that was the issue. It wouldn't retain enough water. It was good for you know a lot of the crops they already growing, but when you bring stuff, or when trying new things, it's got to retain a lot more water than what the normal Ghanaian soil was having. And it was trial and error, bro. Like we lost a lot of crops. It would get to a stage, and then it would stop sucking. You know what I mean? So the sprouters phase was good. You know what I'm saying? But it's the fruit and um when it get out
When
of the
it needed when
vegetation,
it needed a lot
yeah,
more, that's when it was.
Yep.
So is it? I noticed too. Like you hear about it from here all the way to Gambia. The difference between like the red dirt or the
Mm-hmm.
clay, and then people are looking for that black soil.
Yes. And that black is the blackness is a carbon base, and it's basically is everybody around the world is using that. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's good for holding water, reflecting heat. You know, just everything that we need when growing major crops. You need black. You know what I'm saying? So and then the they came through with the GMO stuff and the chemicals in Ghana like hardcore over the past 10 years. It's been a major campaign to put the chemical fertilizers and pesticides and all of that stuff. And that ain't what we do, man. We Africans, so we just
Right.
turning a whole new leaf, going completely organic.
So what you saying right now brings up another topic that even here in the states that we deal with is when it comes to your yard. Most of us not going to get it tested. We going off whatever we got. We doing raised beds. We doing uh, Home Depot buckets, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you find yourself at the mercy of the big box stores.
Right.
So you go out, you grab this dirt. You hoping you try to stay away from that miracle grow dirt because you know that ain't no,
Right.
definitely ain't no good. But when you get off of these other dirts, what's the difference between what they selling us in the U.S. and what you are producing?
Okay. First of all, we they use mostly earthworm casting in the stuff as far as fertilizer. We use back guano,
Okay.
which is higher quality. It's a lot more intense. Um, you gotta dilute it. You gotta test it. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what crop you're doing. Um, Another thing in the
Dried out
states.
too?
Say what now?
Do the back guano have to be dried out too, or
Yeah, it you can add water to it, make it soluble, but
okay?
still, if you're doing that, it's the quantities. You got to watch how much you're giving and stuff like that. Another thing, in the states they use bone ash a lot in the compost, and
Yeah, the
we use
bone meal.
yeah, and we use cocoa cocoa core, which is the outside of the cocoa shell. You know what I'm saying? It does the same thing, but it's more natural and more abundant there. You know what I'm saying? I would say all of the organic fertilizer that they have in Ghana that I've seen has been imported, and it ain't not one that I've seen made in Ghana. You can get some compost material, just like uh, manures or just biomass, food scraps, and stuff like that. But the admixture that we doing, I haven't seen nobody else besides imported from Canada or Israel or different spots like that
And everything that you're using is coming from Ghana.
from Ghana. Yes, from all locally
All
sourced,
natural.
all natural. Yeah, yeah. And we got the brothers mixing it on the yard, so that provides jobs. You know what I'm saying? We got the logistics brothers, running the trucks up and down the road. So it's just it's something that's low overhead. You know what I'm saying? You just collecting the scraps and stuff that folks ain't using. The biochar, which is the major ingredient to make it black. They make charcoal in Ghana all the time. All you gotta do is get the under, collect. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's gonna do it on a scale like us. You know what I'm saying? To where we can get some tons and ship it to a crowd. So that's
Right.
that's that's the level we're trying to get it to. I don't mind telling folks what is the components because we need it. But yeah, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the best way to get the word out there too, because folks think, oh, they just getting some dirt out from up under the thing and putting it in a bag and selling it.
Right. It don't work like that.
Nah, it's a science behind it.
Yeah, I was watching a guy on a YouTube, Instagram clip, and he was talking about it even in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
That a lot of us can go out and buy acres and acres of land without having that dirt tested. And a $300 test here in America can, if without taking that test, can end up costing you 20, 30,000, depending on what they have to come and do to that soil,
Right.
because your soil was not ready for crops. So now you got to have all this extra stuff done, and this dirt.
No, we call it organic soil or fertilized soil. Um, it's much more than dirt. Right, right, right. Nah, it's straight up. It's straight up. If you're at a home garden type situation, to say you just want to put pots, you just can put this straight into your pot, plant whatever you're doing. If you want to do something on a large scale, you can use it as topsoil on top of whatever, what I'm saying, you already got, and just rock
Okay.
with it like that. You know what I'm saying? That way you ain't got to do much tilling. You know what I mean? Um, that
So,
that's a
and the one thing that people need to know too, that is the benefits of having that all natural, not imported, no pesticides, no all that. That you will be eating what you grow. So whatever you putting in that dirt, you ingesting it, and whatever you giving into your animals, they taking it in too.
Exactly, exactly. And the microorganism is such a pivotal part to like keeping the ecosystem going. It starts small, you know what I'm saying? And that's how the Most High sent us to like really just get in the dirt, because that's the basics of growing
Everything,
food. Yeah, you know what I mean?
everything. What he say? You ain't supposed to eat it if it don't come from a seed.
You feel me? So that's it's real important, and like it's solving a problem in West Africa. You know what I'm saying? Dangote, the richest black man in the world, he's got a fertilized thing going over there in Nigeria. So we right on the cusp of something that's major, major. And Russia is the biggest supplier of synthetic fertilizer, and they holding up
Okay.
because of the issues they got going on. You know what I'm saying? So as Africans, we need to just go ahead and supply that ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Do it the ancient way, the way that got us here in the first place. You know what I'm saying? This new stuff, it's not really what our body's supposed to be intaking. So um
Right.
we just solving a problem and going and make with the business. You know what I mean?
So here in the States, like I know a lot of people that compost. I follow a lot of garden people that compost, and they tell you that sometime the compost won't be ready for like 6 months to a year. You was telling me what you do in the process is a little different.
Yeah, yeah. See the biomass, which is like food scraps and stuff. Basically, the organism have to eat that and regurgitate it to. So that's the time that it takes. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And if you use that in particular, it's gonna take time. There's just no way around that. But I say what we do is do lower quantities of that and bigger quantities of cocoa core, cocoa peat, biochar, and the back guano. You know what I'm saying? If you up the ante on that stuff, you can do low on the compost material. And then you don't have to sift through that because compost you gotta sift. You can't have big chunks. And you know what
Right.
I'm saying? A lot of it still
And
be
they're,
wet.
and they're here in the States, boy, they'll send you a bag. You'll buy a bag of dirt, and I say 20% of it will be sticks.
Yeah, yeah. And then what's crazy is you can at least go to Lowe's or Home Depot here and get something for like $10. Man, it's the equivalent of like $60 over there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If you do get it because it's imported. So, and you might be so far from a crowd Kumasi that you can't even get to it. You feel me? Like, so it's just once we get our quantities up, you got tons sitting there. You can just call us and we can deliver. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta uh worry about all the rigmarole of getting to the city. It was a lot for us. So I know if I'm just doing a little garden or something, it's too much
Right.
to deal with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I guess what you can do now is you can let the people know your information, where to find you at, your Facebook, YouTube,
Hmm.
uh, phone number, whatever you want to give them.
Okay. My email is titusbusby@gmail.com. All lowercase, Titus Busby. Um, Facebook, Ghana Research Tours, or the private group is See You in Ghana. That's See You in Ghana. That's where you can find me the quickest at. And then I would say TikTok is what we do the Busby's Organic. You know what I mean? Busby's Organic.
Okay.
It goes with my name, Titus Busby. So yeah,
Okay. I appreciate you coming on, brother. We're gonna have to do another one. I'm in
no
between
doubt.
the jobs. So I'm going from one job. Honestly, are that all the business ideas besides farming, which what you do is the basis of farming. If you don't have good soil,
Yeah,
you ain't going too far.
it's true. It's true. And like everybody gotta eat. That's one
Yeah.
thing. If we gonna go into business, do something that you always gonna sell. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing
Right.
I learned by being in Ghana.
What up, Quita? Yeah. Well, on my side, brother, I wish you all the success in the world. Maybe somebody that's on here or that'll come across this video or see it and really see the benefits and the potential of where this can go. Because I know here in the States that from Miracle Grow to whatever else brands, they are making
Yeah.
millions off selling dirt that sometimes is not even ready to go to market, because there's no way I should get my compost or my dirt and it sticks and stems, uh, all types of rocks in the soil. I gotta sift the soil that I just bought just to, you know what I'm saying? So I
Right.
appreciate your time, and maybe sometime this month soon we'll do a follow-up video, and then or you can send me some video clips of what
Definitely.
y'all do and
Yeah.
everything, and then I'll post that to my channel too.
Bet. Hey, thank you, bro. Thank you for reaching out, man. Salute
No problem.
for
Yes,
all
sir.
you doing. Yes,
We
sir.
all we got. If
Hey,
we ain't got up, I may not. Hey, I may not have the cash to go ahead and put in on it, but at least I can put my mouth and my word on this channel out here so people can see it, and so it can be heard, so nobody can say, well, we don't help each other out. We don't even try to, spread the word. And that's what we here for, man. It's all out of love. And once again, thank you for coming and blessing the channel. And until the next time, bro. All right, now.